Welcome to Football Scientific. I'm Aaron Sauter, writer for Last Word on Sports. I cover the Buffalo Bills and the NFL. Also, I write for CFLNewsHub.com. I cover the Hamilton Tiger Cats and the CFL. Also, I write for UFLNewsHub.com. I cover the Orlando Storm, the new team in the UFL. Okay, today we're going to go through and do our NFL week in review through week 7. Go through all the games. Go through our new power rankings. I just kicked the table. Go through our new power rankings and really clean up some things with the AFC and NFC going into week 8. Okay, Buffalo plays again next week. Hamilton plays Friday night. Another busy week of football. We're just trying to close out the NFL week before we move on to the next one, okay? I'm joined tonight by my guest host, Tyler the Tiger. Tyler the Tiger here, ready to go? Fired up. Let's go over and break it down. Let's break down the week 7 of NFL action. That's right. We're just going to break down week 7 NFL action and give our power rankings. Oh yeah, our power rankings. That's right. Sounds good. Let's break it down. All right, here we go. So first game of week 7 was Pittsburgh at Cincinnati on Thursday night. Pittsburgh came in first place in the AFC North. Cincinnati, surprisingly, was still second place because the division's been so bad, you know. And even though they had only had 2 wins, they were still sitting in second place. Aaron Rodgers came out. He went 23 for 34, 249 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Ouch. Okay, that's a lot of turnovers. Running back Jalen Warren had 16 carries, 127 yards. That's a pretty good night. Pat Freiermuth, tight end for the Steelers, had 5 catches for 111 yards, 2 touchdowns. So their support players did their job. Aaron Rodgers threw 2 picks though. Joe Flacco, playing his second game for the Cincinnati Bengals, came out and went 31 for 47, 342 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. And that's huge in this game, the no interceptions. Running back Chase Brown had 11 carries for 108 yards, no touchdown, no fumble. That's a pretty good game by him. 11 carries for 108 yards, nearly 10 yards a carry. Wide receiver Jamar Chase had 16 catches for 161 yards and a touchdown. So that's a huge day for Jamar Chase. Huge day for Chase Brown. Big day for Joe Flacco, okay? And the Bengals win in a close one, 33-31. Boom. Then Sunday morning in London, we had the LA Rams going against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Both teams came in at 4-2. Matt Stafford for LA went 21 for 33, 182 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That's a really well played game. Running back Kyron Williams had 12 runs for 54 yards, no touchdowns, no fumbles. Wide receiver Devontae Adams for the Rams had 5 catches, 35 yards, 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns, even though it's a modest game of 35 yards. They did have 7 quarterback sacks. That's huge, okay? Jacksonville Jaguars quarterback Trevor Lawrence went 23 for 48, 296 passing yards, 1 touchdown, and 0 interceptions. Not bad for being sacked 7 times. Still pretty good numbers, but his completion rate was pretty low. Running back Travis Etienne, 8 carries for 44 yards, no touchdown, no fumble, so he didn't make up for Trevor Lawrence's struggles. Wide receiver Travis Hunter, 8 catches, 101 yards, 1 touchdown. It's a pretty good game by him. And they had no sacks. Okay, so 7 sacks, 0 sacks. Boom, guess who won? Rams won 35-7. They're 5-2. Jacksonville's 4-3. Okay, next. Sunday, we had the New England Patriots at Tennessee Titans. Patriots came in after beating Buffalo last time they played. Quarterback Drake May went 21 for 23. I guess 2 times ago, 2 weeks ago. All right, New England Patriots. Drake May came out and went 21 for 23, 222 passing yards, 2 touchdowns. That's a really efficient game by Drake May. That's huge. Running back Ramondre Stevenson had 18 carries for 88 yards, 1 touchdown, and no fumbles, which is pretty amazing. Usually he fumbles multiple times a game. Wide receiver Kayshon Boot, 2 catches, 55 yards, and a touchdown. For Tennessee Titans, Cam Ward came out and 25 for 34, 255 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Running back Tony Pollard, 6 rushes for 18 yards, and wide receiver Shamir Dyke, boom, 4 catches, 70 yards, 1 touchdown. So Tennessee fired their coach, last week. Mike McCoy took over. Well, he hasn't made a big impact yet, okay? In addition to those offensive numbers, the Patriots had 5 sacks. Tennessee had 4 sacks. Pretty even there. But the Patriots went on the road 31-13. New Orleans Saints at Chicago Bears. It should be a gimme for the Bears, but in the NFL, there's no gimmies really. Quarterback Spencer Rattler for the Saints went 20 for 32, 233 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Ouch. Running back Alvin Kamara had 19 carries, 124 yards, 1 touchdown. Kendre Miller got hurt. He's done for the year. Wide receiver Chris Olave, 5 catches, 98 yards, 2 touchdowns, and they had 1 quarterback sack. I mentioned Chris Olave should go to the Bills. They should trade him. Chicago Bears, quarterback Caleb Williams went 15 for 26, 172 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. Not a great day for Caleb Williams. Running back DeAndre Swift had 19 carries for 124 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 fumble. That's a huge day by DeAndre Swift. He did make up for Caleb Williams playing really crappy. Wide receiver DJ Moore out of the hospital off the groin injury. 3 catches, 43 yards, 4 sacks for their defense. The defense and the run game carried Chicago to a win, 26-14 over the New Orleans Saints. Boo. Miami Dolphins at Cleveland Browns. I heard it was a rainy game here. Check that thing out. It was definitely rainy. Okay, quarterback Quinn Ewers started for the Miami Dolphins. He didn't start. Tua Tagovailoa started, but then he got pulled. Quarterback Quinn Ewers went 5 for 8, 53 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Pretty uneventful day. Running back Devon Achane, 13 carries, 82 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Wide receiver Malik Washington, 5 catches, 30 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 sacks for Miami. Pretty much, though, uneventful for Miami. They did not play well. Cleveland Browns, quarterback Dylan Gabriel came out, went 13 for 18 for 116 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 116 yards. That's not very many, y'all. Running back Quinshawn Judkins, 25 carries, 84 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a fumble. That makes up for a lot of Dylan Gabriel's lack of production. And Dylan Gabriel didn't throw an interception, so that puts him in a pretty good spot. Wide receiver Harold Fannin, 4 catches, 36 yards, no touchdowns. They had 4 quarterback sacks, and they won the game 31-6. Pretty ugly game. Carolina Panthers, the Buffalo Bills opponent next week. Carolina Panthers quarterback Bryce Young came out, went 15 for 25, 138 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He did get injured that game, and Andy Dalton finished the game for the Panthers. Running back Rico Dowdle, 17 carries, 79 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Wide receiver Xavier Legette, 9 catches, 92 yards, and a touchdown. They had 6 quarterback sacks. The New York Jets came in. Quarterback Tyrod Taylor came in, led the way in place of Justin Fields. 10 for 22, 126 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Running back Breece Hall had 11 runs for 38 yards. That's not great numbers there. Wide receiver Tyler Johnson, 3 catches, 26 yards, and they had 2 sacks defensively. This all spells defeat for the Jets. They lost 13-6. Carolina won on the road in New York, 13-6. Okay, Philadelphia Eagles traveled to Minnesota. Another, a big battle between NFC powers. Quarterback Jalen Hurts for the Eagles went 19 for 23, 226 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That's a huge game for him. No interceptions. That's a ton of completions. Very efficient game for Jalen Hurts. Running back Saquon Barkley had 18 carries for 44 yards. Nothing big, but nothing bad. No fumbles. Wide receiver Devontae Smith had 9 catches for 183 yards, 1 touchdown. That's a huge game. That was most of Jalen Hurts' production was throwing the ball to Devontae Smith. Quarterback Carson Wentz led the way for Minnesota. They went 26 for 42, 313 passing yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Ouch, you know which way this is going right now. Running back Jordan Mason, 15 runs, 57 yards, 1 touchdown, no fumbles. Wide receiver Jordan Addison, 9 catches, 128 yards, 0 touchdowns, 128 yards. That tells you a lot. Eagles win this game 28-22. It's a bit of a grind them out kind of game, but the Eagles won it. They're built for grind them out kind of games. They won 28-22 over the Minnesota Vikings. Las Vegas Raiders traveled to the Kansas City Chiefs, and it went as expected. Poorly for the Raiders. Quarterback Geno Smith went 10 for 16, 67 passing yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That's a pretty bad game. He didn't throw the game away, but he didn't produce either. Running back Ashton Jeanty, 6 carries, 21 yards, didn't produce. Wide receiver Trey Tucker, 5 catches, 33 yards, didn't produce. That's the story today for the Raiders. Their best guys did not produce. Quarterback Patrick Mahomes for Kansas City went 26 for 35, 286 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. Running back Isaiah Pacheco, 15 carries, 57 yards, 1 touchdown, no fumbles. Wide receiver Rashee Rice made his debut back after his suspension, 7 catches, 42 yards, 2 touchdowns. And not surprisingly, the Chiefs won 31-0. Okay, boom. Another odd game during Week 7. New York Giants traveled to the Denver Broncos. Giants came out like they were shot out of a cannon. Quarterback Jackson Dart went 15 for 33. That's not great numbers. 283 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Not a huge day. Running back Cam Scatterbo, 16 carries, 60 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Wide receiver Daniel Bellinger, 3 catches, 88 yards, and a touchdown. He had the best day of all the Giants here, okay. Denver Broncos, quarterback Bo Nix went 27 for 50. Got an argument with Sean Payton. 279 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Pretty clean game, although there was a lot of incompletions. Running back J.K. Dobbins, 14 carries, 81 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Wide receiver Marvin Mims, 6 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown. Okay, so it sounds like a pretty normal game, except when you realize the Giants had taken a 32-0 lead, and then the fourth quarter, so they took a 32-0 lead. And then in the fourth quarter, the Broncos run off 33 points in the fourth quarter and win the game 33-32. That's crazy. So the stats aren't crazy. They're pretty normal, really. But Denver got all the stats in one quarter. That's pretty outrageous, okay? Indianapolis Colts at LA Chargers. Big game for the Colts. Kind of cement themselves at the top of the AFC. Quarterback Daniel Jones went 23 for 34, 288 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions. Running back Jonathan Taylor, 16 carries, 94 yards, 3 touchdowns, no fumbles. That's a really clean game from Daniel Jones and Jonathan Taylor. Tight end Tyler Warren, 3 catches, 69 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 sacks. Okay, LA Chargers came in, a little beat up at the tackle positions. Quarterback Justin Herbert went 37 for 55. That's a ton of incompletions, but they threw for 420 passing yards. That's a huge number. 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. That's what kills you, is those interceptions. It's not the yards. He had a great game, really, except for the 2 interceptions. That kills your offense. Running back Kamani Badal, 9 carries. They're down running backs, too. You know, they're out of running backs. Najee Harris is out. Omarion Hampton's done for the year. So Kamani Badal, 9 carries, 70 yards. Pretty good game. 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Wide receiver Oronde Gadsden, 7 catches, 164 yards, 1 touchdown. They had 1 sack. The Colts had 3 sacks. Who won this game? Colts did. 38-24. They're 6-1. Okay. Next, we had the Washington Commanders at Dallas Cowboys, an old school rivalry game. Boom. It was in Dallas, y'all. Quarterback Jaden Daniels came in, went 12 for 22, 156 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 0 fumbles. Running back Bill Ja'Cory Merritt had 13 carries, 33 yards. Not a great offensive day. Tight end Zach Ertz had 3 catches, 37 yards, really, and 1 touchdown. No standout players for the Commanders in this game. Also, Jaden Daniels left the game early with a hamstring injury, so he's injured. Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott went 21 for 30 for 264 yards, 100 more yards than Jaden Daniels. That's domination. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Running back Javonte Williams had 19 carries for 116 yards, 1 touchdown. They dominated the running game and the passing game. Wide receiver CeeDee Lamb had 5 catches, 110 yards, and 1 touchdown. They had 4 sacks. So they won the passing game, they won the running game, they won the defense. Dallas wins the game 44-22 at home. Okay, Green Bay Packers at Arizona Cardinals. A game that, the Packers were expected to kind of run away with because the Cardinals had a lot of injuries, but didn't turn out that way. Quarterback Jordan Love for the Packers went 19 for 29, 179 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. No major turnovers, but a lot of incompletions. Running back Josh Jacobs had 13 carries for 55 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a fumble. He's really the leader of their offense right now for the Packers. Tight end Tucker Kraft. Remember, Jordan Love likes to check it down all the time. He had 5 catches for 96 yards and a touchdown. It's a big day for a check down target like Tucker Kraft. Arizona Cardinals, they had Kyler Murray's out. Quarterback Jacoby Brissett got the start. He's 25 for 36, 279 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Not bad for a backup. That's a good day for a backup, actually. Running back, Bam Knight, 14 carries, 57 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Tight end, Trey McBride, 10 catches, 74 yards, 2 touchdowns. So, I mean, Arizona didn't play horrible, but they didn't play great. And they lost this game 27-23. Probably because of the 6 sacks, and now Packers are 4-1-1. Arizona has a 5-game losing streak. They're crashing out right now. Okay, next we had the New York Giants. Now I covered that game, 33 in the fourth quarter. Okay, Atlanta Falcons at San Francisco 49ers. It was a Sunday night football game. Falcons coming off their huge victory over the Buffalo Bills. Expected more of the same. But not so fast, my friend. We didn't get more of the same. Quarterback Michael Penix went 21 for 38, 241 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. Running back Bijan Robinson had 14 carries for only 40 yards. That's a huge defensive day for the 49ers. Wide receiver Darnell Mooney, 3 catches, 68 yards, no touchdowns. That's a huge defensive day for the Niners when you realize they had no Fred Warner. They're missing a lot of DBs. They're broken on offense. They should lose this game, guys. But that's a really good defensive effort by the Niners, even with the injuries. Quarterback Mac Jones went 17 for 26, 152 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. That hurts. Running back Christian McCaffrey, 24 carries, 129 yards, 2 touchdowns. And that was really the difference in this game, was Christian McCaffrey had a breakout game. Wide receiver Jawan Jennings had 4 catches for 31 yards. Christian McCaffrey was the difference in the game, and the Niners win 20-10. Boom. The first Monday night, we had 2 Monday Night Football games. The first one was Tampa Bay Buccaneers at Detroit Lions. For the Buccaneers, quarterback Baker Mayfield went 28 for 50. Not a great day, but he has a lot of his weapons hurt, including Bucky Irving. He went 28 for 50, 228 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Running back Rashad White had 10 carries for 38 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Wide receiver Tez Johnson, 4 catches, 58 yards, and 1 touchdown. 4 sacks for the Tampa Bay defense. It's pretty solid. Offense did not produce, though. They had a ton of injuries, though. Quarterback Jared Goff in Detroit went 20 for 29, 241 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. So he outperformed Baker Mayfield pretty much every way he could, but he has all his weapons, too, so whatever. Okay, next. Detroit Lions running back Jahmyr Gibbs had a huge game. 17 for 136 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a fumble. And then wide receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown, 6 catches, 86 yards, 1 touchdown, 4 sacks on defense. Offensively, Detroit Lions dominated this game. Tampa Bay could not overcome their injuries, and Detroit wins at home 24-9. Okay, last game of Week 7, another Monday Night Football game. We had the Houston Texans travel to the Seattle Seahawks. For the Texans, C.J. Stroud went 23 for 49, 229 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Running back Woody Marks, 10 carries, 15 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 fumbles. Tight end Dalton Schultz, 9 catches, 98 yards, 2 sacks, no touchdowns. There's 2 sacks for Houston. I mean, their offense really just didn't show up in this game, honestly. Seattle Seahawks at home. Quarterback Sam Darnold went 17 for 31 for 213 passing yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. So really, C.J. Stroud outplayed Sam Darnold. Running back Zach Charbonnet, 12 carries for 49 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a fumble. And then wide receiver Jackson Smith-Njigba, 8 catches, 123 yards, 1 touchdown. They had 3 sacks on defense. So the 1 interception by C.J. Stroud and the touchdown by Jackson Smith-Njigba allowed Seattle to win this game 27-19 at home. Okay, so that is your week of games. Now there were some injuries along the way that I mentioned along the way, but I'll highlight those real quick. Washington Commanders quarterback Jaden Daniels was out with a hamstring injury. We're not sure what his status is for this week. Haven't seen injury reports yet for week 8. When I say this week, New York Jets cornerback Sauce Gardner had a concussion, probably out for this next week. Carolina Panthers quarterback Bryce Young, ankle injury, definitely out this week. Andy Dalton will get the start against Buffalo. Las Vegas Raiders DN Max Crosby has some back and knee injury, so he might be out for a week at least. New Orleans Saints running back Kendre Miller tore his ACL on Sunday, done for the year. Denver Broncos linebacker Dre Greenlaw got suspended for 1 game. He appealed it, and they upheld the suspension, so he's gonna be out for 1 game with suspension. He was just on IR for the longest time until last week. Now he's on suspension. New Orleans Saints. They placed center Eric McCoy, running back Kendre Miller on the season-ending injured reserve list. They signed running back Velness Jones Jr. from the practice squad, so he's going to replace Kendre Miller. And then they signed running back Audric Estimel to the practice squad to replace Velus Jones Jr. in place of Kendre Miller. Okay. Boom. Dallas Cowboys, they activated wide receiver Jonathan Mingo from the IR, and they said he's pretty much ready to return, okay? Designated for return. They placed offensive lineman Trevor Keenan on injured reserve. Washington Commanders placed defensive end Durance Arrhenius or whatever on IR due to a knee injury, so they really need that DN now that they signed, but he's on injury reserve too. Atlanta Falcons released wide receiver Ray McLeod III, gone. Okay. Minnesota Vikings, they designated running back Aaron Jones to return from the IR, so he's about to make his return. And they said for next week on Thursday night, quarterback 1 is going to be Carson Wentz. Next week is this week, of course. New York Jets, they're expected to name Tyrod Taylor is their quarterback for this week. Their starting quarterback, Justin Fields, is pretty much wore out his welcome in New York. Okay, Houston Texans, wide receiver Nico Collins suffered a concussion in Seattle. Okay. So, with that in mind, all those moves, we got our new power rankings for the AFC and NFC. So first, in the AFC, our new and renewed power rankings after Week 7. Indianapolis Colts are number 1 at 6-1. Number 2, New England Patriots are 5-2. Number 3, Kansas City Chiefs are 4-3. Number 4, Denver Broncos are 5-2. I mean, they got down by 32 points and then roared back. That's not dependable to me. That's number 4. Number 5, Jacksonville Jaguars really didn't play well in London against the Rams. I thought they'd play better, but they didn't, so they fell down to number 5, Jacksonville Jaguars. Number 6, LA Chargers are 4-3. Really struggling with the injuries and trying to get themselves back on their feet. Number 7, Buffalo Bills is 4-2. They had a bye week this week. They got to play Carolina. They have a chance to get back on track. Carolina's got a lot of injuries going on, especially to Bryce Young. Number 8, Pittsburgh Steelers are 4-2 after getting beat by the Bengals. That knocks them way down. Number 9, Houston Texans. They don't have the offense they need to win these things. They're 2-4. They're number 9. Number 10, Cincinnati Bengals climbed up to number 10 after beating the Steelers. They got to do it again this next week coming up. You know, they might have a bye this week or something, but you gotta put 2 wins together for me to move you up too far. But 1 win's pretty great. It gets them off the 2-game losing streak. Las Vegas Raiders, of course, they got dunked by the Kansas City Chiefs. They're 2-5, number 11. Baltimore Ravens, they had a bye week, and they probably still lost. They're 1-5, number 12. Sorry, Baltimore Ravens. Number 13, Cleveland Browns, and they're looking better. They got a win against Miami. So they moved out of the basement, but they're still kind of rough. Okay, Miami's not a great team. Browns are 2-5. Number 14, Miami Dolphins are 1-6. There's a train wreck right now. Number 15, Tennessee Titans are a train wreck without a head coach, 1-6. Number 16, New York Jets are 0-7. All right. In the NFC power rankings, which the records are a lot better in the NFC. Actually, it's about higher quality football right in the NFC right now. Number 1, San Francisco 49ers are 5-2, and they look like the best team, even with all the injuries they have. They look really good, okay? Number 2, they got a big win over Atlanta. Number 2, Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, they're still Super Bowl champions. They're still producing offense. They're still making things happen. They're number 2. They're 5-2. Number 3, Detroit Lions. I don't trust them as much as I trust Philadelphia and San Francisco, but they are competitive, and Jameer Gibbs is making some action going. So, I mean, it's going pretty well. They're number 3. Number 4, Seattle Seahawks are kind of rounding into shape. They're becoming more dependable. They definitely beat Houston with the top defense in the league. Number 5, Tampa Bay Buccaneers are 5-2, climbing up. Even though they lost to Detroit, it wasn't that close. But they had a ton of injuries. I think they're still hanging around right there. Number 6, Green Bay Packers, 4-1-1. It is what it is. They won a game against Arizona. It's not impressive, but they did win, so that's better than losing. Number 7, LA Rams went 5-2 after destroying the Jacksonville Jaguars in London. They should be up more, but those teams in front of them are pretty good, man. Number 8, Dallas Cowboys are 3-1. They picked up a big win against Washington Commanders, who had a ton of injuries. Number 9, Carolina Panthers are 4-3. They have a winning record. We're going to find out what they really are against Buffalo this week. If they're an elite team, if they got a chance to be an NFC champion, they're going to beat Buffalo. I don't think they'll beat Buffalo. I think they're a pretender right now. They're 4-3 at number 9. Number 10, Atlanta Falcons, definitely a pretender. They have up games and low games and up games and low games. It's hard to tell which Falcon team you're going to get. They lost this week by 10 to San Francisco, who's definitely beat up. Atlanta is number 10 at 3-3. Number 11, Chicago Bears, kind of a roller coaster, starting to level out a little bit. They're still very much a roller coaster. I have at number 11 at 4-2. That's definitely the lowest 4-2 ranked team in my power rankings, but they got to become more consistent. Number 12, Minnesota Vikings are 3-3. They just got to get their injuries together and start playing better football. They're not playing championship football right now. They're playing number 12 in the NFC East football. Number 13, Washington Commanders. Once they're on a MASH list, there are tons of injuries. They're not playing their best ball. It all fits together about why that's happening right now. New York Giants went 2-5. They were starting to put some wins together, but then they got smacked this week. So, I mean, it happens, you know. Boom. Number 15, Arizona Cardinals are 2-5, 5-game losing streak. Number 16, New Orleans Saints are 1-6, and they're having a rough time. Chris Olave should be traded to the Buffalo Bills. And in addition to the NFL action, we had some IFL things go down yesterday. Tulsa Oilers re-signed quarterback T.J. Edwards, who's like an all-star in the IFL. And they signed former Bay Area Panthers quarterback Josh Jones, so they're adding more depth to their quarterback position. Remember, Bay Area's not playing this year. CFL, Edmonton Elks, they released American defensive back Gavin Holmes. Calgary Stampeders moved national defensive lineman Kyle Sampson to their practice roster. Ottawa Redblacks, they moved to the practice roster national defensive back Eric Cumberbatch. And in Saskatchewan, they signed former Michigan Panthers from the UFL wide receiver Sayosi Mariner. They're picking him up for a playoff run here. So we'll see if that pays off for Saskatchewan or if Mariner's not the real deal in the CFL. We'll find out. Okay, so that is the NFL show, plus some IFL and CFL news in there. I'll be making a short of our power rankings here in a few minutes. Hope you enjoyed the show. Make sure you like the show, share the show, and subscribe to the video. And then also make sure check out Last Word on Sports, Buffalo Bills articles, ideally. But you can check out the rest of Last Word on Sports. There's a ton of information on there. CFLnewshub.com, the #1 provider of independent CFL news. We're not owned by TSM. We're not owned by the CFL. We're not owned by anyone. We're just out there making it happen. Football Scientific is the most accurate podcast type show. And CFLnewshub.com is the most accurate CFL website with articles. And then also UFLnewshub.com. I will be writing more articles about the Orlando Storm, but we're kind of waiting for more information about these new teams to be released. You can read other articles about who the top UFL players in the NFL currently are and stuff like that. It'd be pretty good. So that is Football Science for tonight. We're going to make those shorts, and thanks for joining us.